Gentlemen, I am very, very excited to talk to you. More importantly, I enjoy films where everyone seems like they had fun on set. I mean, is that the case here?
Oh, yeah.
Could you just not be more excited to show up for these shoots?
Oh man, this was kind of my dream, was to be able to have, I had asked these guys to buy into some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, look at that photo right there. So, this is some pretty highbrow material, and I didn't know if these guys were classically trained enough to down a giant bucket of beer. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I wanted to make something where people would just sort of let loose and just laugh out loud. And there's so many great moments in this movie where people act. We've tested it a few times now, and we got to see the reaction. I have a very twisted sense of humor. Obviously, you've seen the movie, and I wasn't sure if people would get it. Luckily, I had a cast that went there with me, and to see an audience react the way they have to this was truly one of the most satisfying things of my life, to be honest.
Now I have to ask, did you have these times? I mean, do you have these relationships, this crazy stuff with friends, or is this something more of like a longing that happens in movies where you're like, these close knit friends are still, kind of, they still do craziness and have insane things too. Did you have those college frat days between either of you?
Well, yeah, I mean, you write what you know. These guys, yeah, this is very reminiscent of my actual group of friends. I mean, we are out there, and we're grown men. We have good jobs. We have families. But when we get together, every third weekend of August, every year for the last 20 years, we revert right back to that 16-year-old self. And I think that's sort of inherent in all of us. We all want that kid. We want to keep that kid alive inside of us, and that's really what this movie is about. Is just not being afraid to have fun, not being afraid to just let loose, and that's what we did. We pushed the limits for sure.
Now, is there any stunts in this that we should know about? Did anyone hurt they would hurt themselves? Because the problem is when you think you're young again, your body doesn't necessarily follow along with that.
Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, I gotta say I resemble that remark, man. we got this, we have this amazing. They built this amazing water slide out there, and the day that I saw it, I said, "I'm going down that water slide." You talk about feeling young again, and they were like, "I think that's for the stunt guys." I said, "No, I don't care. I'm going down that water slide." And Josh said, "Yeah, man, Dan's going down that water slide if he wants to." Josh is going down the water slide. Kevin Dillon said, "I'm going down the water slide, man." And so I went down the water slide, and the second I started going down, I got sideways, and I went, "No, no, 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 no!" I went off it, snap rolled sideways, landed on my leg, hurt myself bad.
Yeah.
Wound up on crutches. My legs swelled up like twice the size. It was black, blue, yellow, orange, green. It was really gross. So I've suggested a little drinking game for those who are of age. When you see the movie, every time you see Shelley sitting with his leg elevated, that means I've been hurt already. You take a little drink. And anytime you see Shelley with his leg up, you take a little drink. You're going to have to see the movie multiple times because you're not going to remember it, because my leg is hurt for better than half of the movie.
Yeah, and the fact, just let me expand on that, Derek, for a second. This guy, he jokes about it, but it was a serious injury. It was worse than a break, actually. He would have been
Yeah.
better off had he broken his leg.
Yeah.
It was the grossest sort of subdermal hematoma, and we literally had to lay him down between takes and put him back up, because every time he stood up, everything would rush to that leg, and it was just,
Yeah.
the pain was so much that we couldn't. Yeah, I mean, the guy was an absolute warrior, and I mean that. The fact that we thought we were gonna have to stop the movie because the injury was that bad. Halfway through, we had 18 days to shoot it. At day 9, he gets this injury that he couldn't stand up for more than a minute because the throbbing in that leg would get so bad. We had to lay him down, stick him up, say action. He'd do the scene, then we'd lay him back down. And for him to finish this movie, I'm just so grateful to Dan for that, because he could have easily said, "I can't do it," and he did. And because of that, and not only did he do it, but he did an amazing job, which is even
No, thanks, man.
more crazy to me.
For sure.
Well,
Well,
imagine not finishing the movie. Honest to God, I couldn't imagine not finishing the movie. Couldn't imagine.
that's the benchmark, right? As you get older, if people laugh when you fall, you know you're still young. But if they go, "Ooh, oh my God, are you okay?" Like when you fall, then you know you're old. that's when you know that you're old. Like, oh no, Grandpa fell. Can someone go grab him quick?
Exactly.
So that's the rule. So I guess they knew enough to let you kind of still run forward and do it on your own. So they still have some respect and they see youth and vitality there too. So
That's right. He's got that kid alive and well inside of him, believe it or not.
Yeah.
just has to let him go and give him back to his parents. I understand. Well, I want to thank you both so much. It seemed like you had a lot of fun, and I hope you did, because this is a fun movie to watch. And I hope you had a lot of fun, inner moments outdoors among the fire and the beers and things like that too.
We did. Thanks for having us, Derek.
Pleasure. Have a great day.
Take care, buddy.
Thanks, Derek.